Hey everyone, welcome back to MetalDisciple.com's 365 Days of Metal. My name is George and this is day 356. During the past week, while I was working on the Woods of Ypres videos, I did a lot of reading about the band. And I don't know how this escaped my notice until now, but I found out that there was an album released earlier this year by the three other musicians who made up Woods of Ypres at the time of David's death. That band is called Thrawsunblat, and today's album is the band's second. This is Wanderer on the Continent of Saplings. Here's a little background info on the band for you before I talk about the album. I read an interview with Joel Violet, and he said that the name of the band was coined by David Gold, who, by the way, played drums on the band's first album, Canada 2010. To paraphrase, David said Thrawsunblat was what it might sound like for a Northern European to say thrash and blast. Thrawsunblat. I thought that was pretty hilarious. So once I learned about the existence of the band, I immediately turned to iTunes and picked up Wanderer. I had no idea what to expect, but I had high hopes. Unable to wait, I listened to the album in the car on the way to work. By the time I got to work, I was beside myself with excitement. I would have been disappointed if this had turned out to just be a Woods of Ypres clone, but I also would have been disappointed if it were nothing at all like Woods. I was relieved to find that it was somewhere in the middle. I can definitely hear a little bit of the Woods 5 style here, but given that Joel was part of Woods 5, that makes complete sense. And of course, Thrawsunblat was around prior to David's passing. Remember I said he played drums on the first album. So, it's pretty obvious that part of what made Woods 5 so special was the great chemistry these guys had together. Wanderer on the Continent of Saplings is about as hard to classify as Woods of Ypres was. There are definite moments of raging black metal fury and harsh vocals. There are acoustic shanties with clean vocals. There are heavy songs with clean vocals. There's just no easy way to describe this album. It just needs to be heard. And I very much recommend you hear it. I've helped you out there by putting together some tracks in today's playlist. Give it a listen. There's a gaping hole in my world that comes from knowing there won't be any more Woods of Ypres albums. Thrawsunblat is a welcome surprise that helps fill a little bit of that hole. Please check this band out. You can get both albums plus a couple EPs on Bandcamp. Alright, that's all for me today. I'll be back tomorrow with more metal for you. See you then.